Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Watch Wednesdays. Today, it may look like I'm solo, but I'm not. I'm actually joined with Tara Seymour Jarboe, alumni of Roxy Ballet and Mill Ballet School, but also part of our family here. So, hi, Tara. Welcome.
Hey, Lindsay, thank you for having me. And also, you might hear a little sounds of the baby in the background. So, anyone listening, just enjoy his little sounds as well.
Yeah, we have Tara and Dean, the amazing, incredible combo here with us today. Tara, can you just introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about your history with Roxy Ballet and where you are now?
Sure. So, I actually met Mark and Melissa before they even opened the studio. I was a little baby. And so when they opened the studio, I was one of the first students to start at the Little Mill in Stockton and then, moved to Lambertville and now, follow over to New Hope as well. So I trained with them from when I think I was like five. I mean, I guess, yeah, five. And then till I graduated high school. And then after college, I came back and danced with the company for 5 years and was like the rehearsal director a lot during that time and taught a lot with the mill. And then I was always kind of in and out as I went and got my master's and then my PhD after that, but I've always kind of been back and forth. And now we are back in the area after having my son. So I've been trying to pop in the studio and, work with the company and the students a little bit as well. And coming back on stage this year too, which will be fun.
Yeah, so awesome. I mean, you've been with the Roxy family since, I guess, three locations: Stockton, Lambertville, and now here, and a whole lot through all of that. So, yeah,
Yeah,
and
I guess
personally,
all 30 years, which is
that's crazy.
sort of crazy.
Yeah, this is like celebration of Tara as much as it's celebration of Roxy Ballet. Tara's 30th
Oh,
anniversary too.
exactly.
Um yeah, and then speaking myself, like being in the studio with you guys, it's always been so great to have someone who knows the full picture and the bigger picture of Roxy Ballet and the full history with us as well. And I always say that it's so great to work together, especially because you've done a lot of the roles before me, and it's always great wisdom and an honor to be able to take something from the person previous or whoever created that role all the way down. So, yeah, we love having Tara in the studio, and we love having Tara and Dean in the studio.
We both love being in the studio, and I really love working with you specifically, Lindsay. And we kind of have danced a lot of the
Mhm.
same roles, so it's fun to be able to pass down some of that knowledge. And I remember, a lot of the little details that Mark would say
Right.
in rehearsals is kind of just like how my brain works. So it's kind of fun to make sure the integrity of his work always gets to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like what those small rehearsal moments are for. I know there's things that I write down after rehearsals or certain things that he says that will always stick with me. And like, I totally hear what you mean. And I imagine me passing myself down or my knowledge down to the next person, making sure that that individuality stays throughout all those rehearsals. So, one role you're doing coming up next, you have not done, which is kind of a shocking thing. I feel like almost everything we feel Tara has done. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing in this year's 30th anniversary Nutcracker?
Yeah, so I am dancing as Mother Stahlbaum in this year, and I have been in the party scene before, but as a party girl a million years ago,
Yeah.
and as Clara, but never as the mother. So I think that's really fun, and it's particularly fun because Dr. Stahlbaum is going to be played by my husband Austin. So we haven't been on stage together since, well, we met at the mill. So,
Hmm.
all of being part of this family, I met my husband there when we were little kids. But um, yeah, we haven't been on stage together since we were like 12 and 14.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really exciting to be back on stage and dancing together. And it's, really cute watching him try to get back into the role because
Hmm.
unlike me, he hasn't continued dancing all of this time. So, we do some rehearsing at home as well
Right.
as
I was
in the
gonna ask.
studio.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what is that like Sunday living room looking like? It's like football and then like dancing commercial breaks. Like where's the rehearsal space?
Yeah, and with Dean sitting on the floor clapping for us if he
He's like
likes what we do,
clapping
we
with you.
can tell. He totally claps. We can tell if he's enjoying what we're doing or if it's not good enough. He really likes when Austin does a lift.
Yeah,
So,
I know
we
which
get
one
to
you're talking
practice those for him a lot.
about. Yeah, I'm sure. Is he gonna be in the audience during the shows? Where is he gonna be with babysitter?
Yeah, I think a combination of grandmas and aunts and uncles are going to be having him. There might be some time where he's backstage. I can
Yeah,
imagine he might even be floating with Melissa at some point.
yeah,
So
I could see that happening. I'm hoping to personally maybe see him on stage. Who knows? I would love a
we
Dean
would love
cameo.
him to do a quick walk across,
Yeah.
maybe with Giovanni as grandpa, just
Oh
kind
my
of
God, I
floating across the
love
stage
that.
with her.
I'm gonna freak out. I'm not in the first act, so I'll be up there for all of Act One, watching and cheering, and I will gladly take care of Dean if needed. But yeah, it
Love it.
sounds great, and I love how you guys are so involved in the ballet, and your family is tied in with the ballet just as much as the Roxy's. So you've done a lot in the Nutcracker over close to 30 years, right? What has been some of the more memorable roles for you, and like parts that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, I mean, let's talk through it. I started my first Nutcracker as the Arabian Page,
Oh my
and
gosh. Okay.
that was you know, I wasn't able to sit still very well
Yeah.
on the stage. They stay the whole
And
dance,
they
but
hold their arms like this. Yeah,
they
by the end,
hold,
their
and
arms are
I was
going.
so into it. I loved it. I thought they were so beautiful. Um, it was Sandy Lyle and Alexis dancing, and
Hmm.
Sandy is still a good family friend, and he would be in the rehearsals, and I went to every Arabian rehearsal, not
Yeah.
understanding that the page didn't have to go. And Sandy was like, "Come on, Mark, let's like let her do something with us." And he was
Yeah.
like, "She like can't dance. Like, what are we doing?
She's
She
so
can't do this."
dedicated. Let her do
He-
like a passe or something.
exactly. He didn't actually say I can't dance, of course, but
So
um, yeah. So then I just always really loved that part. So
hmm
when I was in the company, I danced Arabian for many years, maybe 4 of the 5 years I was in the
hmm
company. And that was really special to get to go and do that role. And now I'm really excited to see Mirabelle doing it this year. So
Yeah.
I've known
Yeah.
her since she was born. So it's such a another interesting full circle thing. Um, I think, as a kid, being cast as Clara was like the most exciting thing ever for me.
Hmm.
And when I was Clara, my husband was Fritz. So that
Yeah.
was sort of he's 2 years younger. That was like our biggest introduction to each
Start of
other.
the love story. Yeah.
Yeah, for him, for sure. It took me a little bit longer, but here we are.
Yeah. You guys should go check out, if anyone's listening or watching, you guys should go check out. There's a great story about Tara and Austin out in a lot of the local newspapers and letters right now. If you look up like Roxy Ballet Alumni Full Circle, their story will come up and you can read a little bit more and see these incredible pictures of Tara and Austin at age like, what, 10? Something like that? Too
Yeah,
good.
I think we were like, yeah, 9 and 11 or something like that.
Yeah, you guys should check it out. So when you were Clara, were there like of course so much excitement, but like what was that preparation like for you? I know, like, were you getting the nails done and like practicing your perfect curls? What was that like?
Oh, my mom was the queen of the
Mm,
like curlers.
yeah.
And I had been a Polichinelle for many years before I
Right.
was Clara and a party girl, so she had a lot of practice. But
Mm-hmm.
I am very specific, even as a kid. So like even doing that half pony,
Yeah.
like it was multiple attempts until it was slick enough. But then my mom was like absolutely the best at rolling the curlers, so my
Yeah.
curls were flawless. And it was that funny thing of going into school with like all the curlers in your
Right.
hair and people being like, "What are you doing?"
You're like, no,
But
this is my personality. I am Clara, in and out of
I'm
rehearsal,
Clara.
in and
I'm
out of stage.
so
Yeah,
important.
that is too
Um,
good.
yeah, so that was fun. But mostly like my biggest corrections the whole time from Melissa when I was Clara were like, can you please relax? I
Yeah.
was so like, I wanted it to be so, I mean, it's still how my personality is, but I wanted it to be so perfect. And I was working so, so hard. And at right before I went on stage, she was like, okay, I need you to wing your back foot in your arabesques and I need you to just calm down and have fun. And I
Take
was
a
like,
breath.
all right, I think I can do that. I can
No,
put the shoulders down and try to enjoy what I'm doing here.
no, that is me. Like, I think that one of the hardest parts, Mark said this to me, he was like, your biggest enemy is not the technique, it's not the dancing, it's not the steps, it's just like your head. Like, you have to just remain calm, and before you go out on stage, you put so much effort and rehearsal and all of this stuff where, like, at that point you can just trust your body and let yourself trust that your body will do the thing it needs to do. You got to wing the back foot and, take a deep breath. But yeah, I totally hear that. Yeah. Do you have any
Absolutely.
advice?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was gonna say, do you have any advice for like other Clara, like the Claras have done, both Jocelyn and Simona have done Clara last year. They're kind of having that reprise, and I think it's really nice to see them the following year, like what they maybe do a little bit differently, what they keep rock solid the same. Do you have any advice for those kinds of roles?
Well, for those two girls specifically, they are so much more talented than I was when I was Clara. Like, they just are fabulous. Their technique is gorgeous. They're beautiful. Um, and I think they both look like they could be my daughters, which is kind of fun as being
Yeah,
their mom in the party
yeah.
scene. Um, but I think it's just to have fun and to embrace the acting a little bit more in the role,
Hmm.
because now that their dancing is so solid and they've done it before and they already have the muscle memory, I think the coolest thing that they could do when they're reprising the role this year is to just like live in it and really be Clara and really be that excited when they get the Nutcracker and that upset when he breaks and
Yeah,
that scared at the Rat King, and really bring that acting that's like such an interesting part of what we do, part of it as well.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so do you have, I mean, we have a long amount of time that you could pull from, but do you have maybe any favorite rehearsal or Nutcracker performance stories or memories? You can pick like one and one, but any funny stories or memorable times for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to just choose one thing. Like,
Yeah.
Nutcracker rehearsals were basically my entire identity as like a child and teenager and
Mm-hmm.
like all the way through. Um, like my best friends that were like my bridesmaids and
Yeah.
everything, like they're still my best friends. We grew up in the studio. We'd walk down to town during our breaks from rehearsals, that we were literally there all day, and come back, and it was like my whole life. But I think probably the funniest memory would be um, rehearsing for Clara. And it's like when you have to, in the prologue, when you have to shove
Mm-hmm.
Fritz, the little brother. And I have a brother, but he's not a little brother. He's 2 years older than me and like has always been like twice my height.
Yeah.
So I wasn't shoving, my Fritz was Austin, my husband, and I wasn't shoving him enough. And Mark was like, push him like you would push your brother. But Austin at the time, 2 years younger than me, was quite a bit smaller than me.
Right.
And my brother was not. So I shoved him like I would shove Max, my brother, and he went flying across the room and into like a massive stack of chairs. And I felt so horrible. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. Like, I just hurt him. I
Yeah.
shoved him into these chairs. And Mark was like, good, that's what we want to
Yeah,
see.
that.
And apparently, Austin went home that night and told his mom that he was in love with me. So he
Oh my
didn't
God.
mind being thrown into the chairs. And apparently, we got the personality that we needed in the part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you just need that like funny icebreaker moment in rehearsal sometimes, and then everything from there falls into place. Hysterical.
Yeah.
And then what about something from stage, maybe? Any like crazy stage stories?
Yeah, so okay, I had danced so many things. So all
Yeah.
my favorite roles, like it's hard to even say all of them, but I guess two things. So one, kind of getting back to what you talked about with Mark's advice of like just like relaxing and letting it
Mm-hmm.
go. I'd always wanted to dance Spanish, and I got to dance
Mm-hmm.
back Spanish as a kid, like a teenager, and that
Yeah.
was the most exciting thing to me. And then my first year back in the company, and then every year in the company actually after, I got to dance lead Spanish.
Yeah.
So that was a role that just felt very like naturally suited to how I dance. You know how there's stuff that's like Arabian I love doing, but it was a stretch. Like I had to really like drill those turns. I had to really
Yeah.
work super hard to get some of that material. Spanish just I still had to work hard on it, but it just like
It
fit
sits
my
naturally.
body
Yeah.
and my personality. So when I got to go on stage and do that for the first time, and then kind of every time since, I just felt like I just got to go out there and have so much fun and just really live in it.
Yeah.
And as someone that does get a lot of nerves and, want everything to be perfect, it was really nice to go on stage and get to feel like relaxed and
Yeah.
excited and just like really in it. Um, and then one other thing. So my very favorite role I've ever danced in the Nutcracker was the Snow Queen.
Yeah.
And the first time I was cast as that, I had never done any, like, we had partnering classes, kids, and at, ballet camp as well. But I had never done like a real pas de deux before.
Mhm.
So I was so nervous and um, I was so excited to get to dance it. But one of my performances, I went on stage, and right as you're entering, I stepped on a thumbtack. I don't know how the thumbtack was on the stage. Fortunately, I was in pointe shoes, so like it's not totally in my foot. But I
Yeah.
had to dance the entire. You don't exit. You're on stage the whole time.
Oh my
So
God.
until like regular snow starts, I had to dance the entire pas de deux with a thumbtack in my shoe. And
That's
I was like, you know what? I was so nervous and so freaked out anyway. And like, okay, whatever I was picturing happening was not stepping on a thumbtack. And that
right. So
happened.
everything else goes out the window. Yeah.
Right. Like now it's still fine. Like I'm fine. It's not
Yeah.
actually stabbing my foot. I'm okay. So I can do this. And then I danced the entire pas de deux with a thumbtack in my shoe.
Do you still have the thumbtack?
No, that's so funny. I should have kept it. I think because I was like, I got to get this out and then go back on stage right
Right.
away. It's a snow scene. I don't know
Right.
where the thumbtack went. It kind of disappeared on me.
That's it's giving like when you have like a celebratory wine or champagne bottle and you like keep the cork. This is like
Yes,
here's my point shoe
totally.
thumbtack.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean I've literally only done one Nutcracker, yet I still feel like I have like a plethora. I mean one Nutcracker with Roxy Ballet, but I have like a plethora of stories. It's like just crazy to choose from in terms of like I can't imagine how many crazy moments you have. And I think some of my favorites are just like being in that dressing room with everyone and it's
Oh
like right
yeah, I was just
after
about to say the dressing
yeah.
rooms.
It's like right after Thanksgiving, so everyone's coming in with like leftovers and I think that I'm like the baker of the group. Like I'm always coming in with like some sort of sweet treat. I think for Nutcracker last year I did chocolate covered pretzels and like espresso muffins, like little chocolate
Mm,
espresso
I
muffins.
want some
But
espresso muffins.
yeah, the dressing room is always one of my favorites. I love that. Just bonding with everyone and like the loony hours that you experience in the theater by that end of the second weekend where you're like, I don't know what time it is, I don't know what day it is, but I'm gonna go out there and do my variation and kill it, you know?
Totally. And we still have things we like quote from being
Yeah.
like teenagers that happened in the dressing room. You're like, this was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And,
It sticks.
you know,
It sticks. So let's see, a couple other things that we have coming up. We will have a couple story times. Currently, we are doing two story times in our kind of like repertory right now. You can find us doing Cinderella and Sugar Plum story time. So on everything is on our website. If you head over to the education page, you can find the library page and you can see where we'll be and what story times we're doing. But can you tell us, or maybe Dean can tell us how he feels about the story times and like what you get out of it and what you enjoy the most?
yeah, Dean just fell asleep, which is why he's become quiet. Yeah, we loved it. We went to the one at the New Hope Library,
Mm-hmm.
and Dean already loves that library. They do such amazing
Yeah.
children's programming. And I went there as a kid, so we love that library. But we actually just got done playing at the Flemington Library, and don't worry, Lindsay and Caitlin, I dropped off the little postcards, and we dropped them off at Dean's music class. So we're trying to get everyone to come
Yeah.
to the ballet. But it was so great. The company dancers read, we went to a Cinderella one,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the dancers read the story. And I think she did a great job, like, first of all, performing the story with how she read it. And then also, like, maybe cutting out certain things so the book wasn't so long, because sometimes that's a
Right.
little bit hard to stay engaged. And it was so perfectly infused of the story and then the little vignettes of the dancing. And, they were not joking with the choreography that they brought.
Both
Like
got it on
in
point.
that library and on that floor and in that space, like um, Cinderella was still really like living in it, and so was the
Yeah.
prince. So it was really cool because you get to see this beautiful dancing and hear this story, and then dance with the ballerinas
Mhm.
after, which was really cool. And we had a male and female ballet dancer, which is exciting because there were
Right.
both boys and girls in the audience. So,
Yeah.
especially as someone with a little boy, I think it's cool to see boys dancing too. Um, and then I also think it's just really nice to have programming that's available to our kids that's still free, because there's
Yeah.
so much that's amazing that we do but that you have to pay for. So it's really exciting to have like these types of library programs where you can go and it's free for you and you get to enjoy it and your kid gets to enjoy it. And the libraries are always so welcoming of however your kid's able to come that day. Like maybe they have a meltdown and you have to leave halfway through. Maybe they are just so engaged in it. Maybe they're running up and talking to the ballerina, telling the
Yeah.
story, and it's just the
Touching the
kids are so
costume. Yeah.
totally. They passed around point shoes. Like
Yeah.
the kids are just very accepted as they like are coming in that day, which I think is really important. So
Yeah.
it
I think
was, yeah, it was
it's a
great.
great first place for arts and literature and culture to kind of like start. Everyone can go to the library. Everyone can go enjoy some of these programs. And I noticed the same thing when we did our Nutcracker Sugar Plum story time at Denville. I also loved having some little boys in the audience, and Jonathan was my Nutcracker. So it was really nice. And then he takes off the head, and that's kind of like a great moment for them to. If you don't know the Nutcracker costume, he wears this giant helmet top hat basically where he looks like the full Nutcracker, but he takes off the head and everyone sees like, oh my gosh, he's like a normal guy, like just like me. Like I could do that one day. I think it's a great place for the basis of that to kind of start and spark a lot of dreams. I love seeing the little kids come up and want to touch the tutu and be like, oh, this is a hard shoe and this is a soft shoe, and they touch the point shoe and they're like, whoa, this is what you wear on your foot every day. um, and then I also love seeing what they all come dressed in, like the Nutcracker ones. They always are wearing like
Yeah, I was gonna say
little
some of them came in
tutus.
cost. There were some Cinderellas. There were
I
glass
love it.
slippers. There was a girl who looked like she had just come from ballet class. It's
Yeah.
great.
So cute. So yeah, come and see us at our story times, everyone. Head over to that website page and you can find all the information there. And then we have our sweets and tea party coming up this weekend. It's a great environment. It's almost sold out. The 11 a.m. show is completely sold out, and there's only a few tickets left for the sweets and tea party. So if you do want to get any tickets to that, I recommend you do so now. You can expect some local pastries and cupcakes and cookies from Honeymoon Bakery, from the Bent Spoon, and we're so excited to share the story with you. And then, of course, we have our in-theater Nutcracker performances. And following opening night, we will have the alumni cast and family celebration here at the Mill Ballet School. The doors are going to open for this around 6 p.m. So after you come to our opening performance, you can just pop right over to the mill. And then we're going to have some finger food, some light beverages, a little fun teaser, but we're partnering with Old York Cellars. And we are doing gorgeous Nutcracker bottles. I'm going to give a shout out to Caitlin because the graphic design of them are so stunning. We have a Snow White, we have a Snow Queen white, a sugar plum red, and a dewdrop blush. So we'll have like some wine and cocktails at the event. We're going to have some speeches. I know Tara is preparing something that's going to be great. We're going to have montages and like trivia, some fun interactive photo opportunities, like a little photo booth, that kind of fun thing. But we invite everyone, family, friends, cast members. We don't think that anyone can be part. We think that anyone can be part of the Roxy Ballet family and come attend this event. So we'd love to celebrate and celebrate opening night with you guys. Tara, do you want to add anything for that? We can't wait to have
Yeah,
you.
I think if any alumni are listening, we want your
Mhm.
pictures too, because,
Yes.
a lot of things, unfortunately, I think in the flood, like in their archives, kind of got drenched. So, you know, if you have photos that you can like contribute back to being part of like this big archive of the ballet, videos too,
Yeah.
or if you want to be, you know, you loved your experience here and you can't come to the event, you live far, or it's just like not in, uh, not possible right now. It'd be awesome if you still send like a video of yourself
Yeah.
or what
If
the
you can do
ballet
a
meant
selfie
to you.
video.
Yeah. So, anything any content that you want to contribute, as well as just obviously if you're able to come, that is amazing. But if you're not, uh, every single person that passed through the ballet, no matter how long you were there, is so important to its story. So if you have anything that you can express from that time, I think that's really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait for this big 30th anniversary season. We have a lot coming up. Today I have a busy day of some marketing work, and then I'm going to get in the studio myself and keep rehearsing because I cannot wait, and we are right around the corner from the performances. So, Tara, thank you so much for joining us today. It was really fun to chat, and I can't wait to see you and Dean and the whole crew for more rehearsals this weekend, and then we have dress right around the corner, and into the theater we go. But thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. Also, my father-in-law, Richard Jarboe, is really excited for some performances you guys have at Old York Cellars this weekend of
Yes, so
his piece, The New Jersey Ballad.
folded into all of the Nutcracker happenings is also on Saturday. We're going to be performing at Old York Cellars 15th anniversary celebration weekend, and we're doing New Jersey Ballad because that Old York Cellar Road was a very important road in a lot of history for America, and we're getting ready to celebrate the 250th anniversary. So we're really excited. Yeah, so that is folded into all of the Nutcracker events, but it's a great weekend. You can go see us at Old York Cellar on Saturday and then come to the Sweets and Tea Party on Sunday, and then probably go to the library the next day and then see us on stage and then live stream and then watch Wednesday. So you have a lot of options. Definitely come see us at Old York. It's going to be a
And
blast.
our dancers are clearly busy, so they could
Yeah,
use the support and
yeah.
the audience.
Yeah. So we'll see everyone for the next episode of Watch Wednesday. Tara, thank you guys so much. Bye, Dean, and we will see you soon.
See you, Lindsay. Thank you.